Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakah, Kadash, double and say elder apostles, great most son, rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work, sharing your truth. Interesting article here, because again, you've got, the equivalent of Esau's prophets, Esau's, Magi's or Chaldees, his wise men, so to speak, are, discussing about the end of the world. Because why? These things are now become evident. Even if you're in the world, the countless, boundless, shift in political climate, the boundless shift in as far as sustainability of the economy, and decline in quality of life like this happened in the Western world, and war and seemingly never ending, man. And nuclear war being on the cusp. These are things that now people are just looking like, yo, this, even in the world, they're like, yeah, something's up, man. Like, what the fuck could this be? Says on the mail, it says, the world will end in 25 years, humanity will die, and towns will become slaughterhouses. Oxford scientists' nightmare prediction. Their proof is if it's inevitable, and why billionaires in a bunker should tremble. Says in the game of Russian roulette with a standard Colt revolver, the chances of instant death are 1 in 6. Terrifyingly, that's the same as the odds of humanity being wiped out within 75 years. Everyone dead in a cataclysmic and total breakdown of civilization, according to Oxford University futurologist Toby Ord, an expert on the threat of AI. These and that's the thing as well. As far as for Esau, it's like if his civilization ends, it's like, no, humanity's done. You're just gonna be scratching rocks with sticks, swinging on trees and bashing our head against it. And no wisdom, knowledge, understanding is gonna exist in the whole earth. That's how people are like, oh, it's just like, you lose. So without him, how is civilization even possible? So it says, does it sound impossibly bleak? His colleague Nick Bostrom is more pessimistic still. He rates the possibility of human extinction by the next century as 1 in 4. Pulitzer Prize winning writer Jared Diamond is even less hopeful, predicting our species' chances of survival beyond 2050, just 25 years away, are no better than evens or 50-50. Not so, and that's the thing is like with this, that they are saying it as far as humanity's gonna be decimated. There'll be nothing left, and the reality of it is it's just the collapse of Esau's system. These are the things that really, they're highlighting. And as far as it's because when you have to know the prophecies of the Most High to then know, the Most High ain't just gonna let everything get decimated. Now's the time for wickedness to flourish, man. For Esau to rule. That's the present moment. But as I say, not so long ago, only oddballs in sandwich boards and evangelical cult leaders seriously believed the end of the world is nigh. The phrase itself was a comic cliche, so gloomy it was funny. Yeah, that's the thing. But then you should think like, oh, what? How is it that these guys are saying the end is nigh, and so soon after, everything seems to have fucking come to a head. Crazy that, like in a real short time span. But then, and the thing is as well, is like you got to look to prior civilizations as well. You go back to Rome, grown. Greece, Rome, fucking hell, Greece, Rome, Medio Persia, Babylon, even, Jake as well. Jake in the Dark Ages, man. Those that decline over time, man. What does it say? But the voices now warning of our impending extinction come from highly respected scientists, and that's the thing is, as soon as it comes from the wise men of Esau, suddenly it's like, oh, you know, meanwhile, the prophets, you go to the apostles. It's been decades. This has been coming out, but obviously in the world that they're not going to be held in renown, man. And then Jake in general isn't going to get that renown till right at the end. Not kooky doomsayers. That's what they're saying. It's like, look, it's not because of them it's not because of them Hebrews. It's not because of them prophets. No, but it's just scientists, well respected. They point to multiple existential threats faced by the human race, not only nuclear weapons, but rampant climate change, artificially engineered viruses, and even malevolent AI capable of manufacturing its own superweapons. In a chilling new book, Cambridge academic Luke Kemp draws a ghastly conclusion. Human societies and empires always collapse, he warns, because they're fooled by unsustainable greed. Dr. Kemp dubs them Goliaths after the giant warrior in the Old Testament who appeared invincible onto a single set. And why? Okay, so this guy going to describe societies being ended. Why is he having to go to the Bible? Why is the Biblios coming out, man? This is the joke, man. It's like, it's funny because it's like even the end of the world, that's something that will go, the Bible, Armageddon and these, that they're gonna be going to the Bible to to underpin these concepts. But that's Esau, man. Every civilization in human's history has been self-terminating, he says. The pattern is always the same, beginning with an inequality in wealth between a powerful few and a mass of ordinary people. This leads to imbalance in decision-making, as those in power, whether emperors, presidents, or chief executives, rewrite the rules to suit the elite few. Goliath societies are rapacious. They suck up all the available wealth and funnel it to the ruling class. Then the rest of society starts to starve. A violent reaction sets in. Weak Goliaths are overthrown easily. Stronger ones fight back, using military dominance to cling to power. And the harder they fight, the harder they fall. So yeah, it's they're evil. They're now going back and being like, okay, these things happen time and again. And only now it's coming to a head. They're like, oh, you know what? Maybe there's something to this. But it's funny. It's like you could, you go back to 2008. You go back even to the 90s. There's various points you can look at and be like, this is gonna have a knock-on effect down the line. But that's the pride, man. The pride of those that in this land. They really think we're gonna be the exception. So it says their civilizations are gradually hollowed out by corruption, infighting among the rulers, overexpansion, degradation of the environment, and what Kemp calls immiseration of the masses. The collapse of infrastructure, political systems, and rule of law put these societies at the mercy of drought, wildfires, an earthquake or tsunami, floods, war, and disease, events that would normally be weathered but become the final death blow to civilization. The thing he's missed is the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whosoever he will. And Yeah, so it's a nightmarish vision. What makes it so compelling and frightening is the proof Kemp supplies in a thick volume that this pattern is ancient, one far older than the Bible itself. Yeah, and you know that's always they say it's always old in the Bible. It was old in the Bible. It was like older. I'm like, bro, it's the Bible's recorded from the beginning of time, bro. You've got these civilizations that are there. It's bro, they're there, then they're cooked, man. You get an express detail with with Egypt, with Babylon, with certain civilizations, even with Jake's rule, them being in the land. Because obviously the focus is on Jake, but then it's they always try and be like, oh, well, it's beyond the Bible though. But it's like it's not that it's look, put that Bible, don't do it. That's they're always trying to get around the scriptures. But then the truth of the matter is these like it's countless civilizations were martyrs that needed to go down. Even Judea being put on smash, which happened, and then waiting for now, man, the time of now, and then Babylon the Great, America spoken of as well. That's the thing. It's as far as doing that before the Bible. It's like before, the Bible's dealing with the beginning of time up to now. These things are all with it's all within it's all within what do you call it? In the scope, man, of the scriptures. We're still within the bounds of prophecy right now. But then they're always trying to to try and make it like, oh, it's even beyond. It's not. But then it's people obviously don't know the Bible. They don't know the scriptures. What was that? What was the one? Okay, now. Well, I'll skip down a bit because it's long. So it says the only question is how bad will it be? He defines societal collapse as a failure of a state combined with economic breakdown and mass deaths. Anything less than global decimation, that is the death of 10% of the planet's population, does not qualify as total societal collapse on a worldwide scale. It's happened before and humanity recovered. And yeah, that's the thing is you're going to have a massive amount of death. And, talking about humanity recovered, it's down to what the Most High has set, man. And that's the thing is now is really the ultimate end of a civilization that makes any other end before pale in comparison. And then it's the society is going to be built on top of it. Is going to be incomparable to anything that comes before. The thing, the issue with the way he's looking at these things, he's just looking at it calmly, man. That's why it's like for him, he's probably just like, oh, he's in his room, he's like, fuck. He's watching the Hebrews as well, man. Probably seen it. It's just like he hears him talking. It's like, damn. Because now the marks come out as well. It's just like, damn. So what can you even say? And you can already tell it's everything's on the cusp, man. All these different civilizations. It's not even just America. It's all these countries over the world, man. Everyone's feeling all kinds of, fucked. Journalists just getting wigged in Gaza non-stop. Like what? And said, "Oh no, they're part of Hamas." uh, back to back, fucking hell, it's funny. Um, so this is a worldwide disaster that wrecks the delicate network of telecommunications and food distribution, for instance, could quickly turn civilization into chaos. Kemp cites the Carrington event of 1859, a massive ejection of electromagnetic solar flares from the sun, which, if it happened today, would fry much of our electrical infrastructure. Without satellites, computers, and the internet, our banking system, health service, phone networks, and many vehicles, from cars to warplanes, would cease to function, quite literally in a flash. The best estimates put the probability of this about 20.3% per decade, or 50-50 by the midpoint of the century. And even then, it's like, an EMP could get dropped. You can have the same impact. And that's the thing. As soon as the lights go off, it's the purge out here. It says how quickly would this would turn Britain's towns into slaughterhouses is anybody's guess. The panic that gripped millions of people at the onset of the pandemic in 2020, with supermarket shelves emptied within hours, is not cause for hope. Little optimism exists for billionaires who've benefited from the computers and internet. Many are active super preppers, getting ready for the end of the world as fervently as religious extremists awaiting the end of days. That's again the thing, is they have to wonder. It's like, bro, you're elites. Those that bear rule over you, these guys have the capacity to do so. These guys are setting up bunker to blood clot. These men are setting up private island to bomber. Like, these men are making sure they've got a spot that you should wonder, like, do these guys know something we fucking don't? You got those, and then it's funny, parallels with, the religious nuts, the religious kooks, as I said earlier. But then lo and behold, what are your elite doing? You average fucking, Joe Blogs. Like, you should wonder, what in the fuck do they know that I don't, that this is going on? Because suddenly around you, everything's turning to fucking shit. And, I got faith in my power that, Lord willing, he cover me. But then what the hell are you, man, going to be, what the hell are you, man, going to be thinking? Because, these guys are all setting up, spots, man. But okay, so they're going into their bunkers. Sam Altman's got his, Peter Fields got his, Sam Bankman-Fried trying to get Ireland. But then this point was interesting. So it says, but a heavily defended bunker comes with its own problems. One frequent worry for super preppers is, how do I maintain authority over my security force after civilization collapses? After all, the people guarding the billionaires will be the ones with guns and the military training. An armed coup might not be far behind. Proposed solutions include electronic zapper collars for staff and AI robots instead of human bodyguards. Yeah, and that's where the mark comes in, man. That C-hip, man. That implantable C-hip. Because that's the other key aspect as well. As far as for now, there's a system as where they maintain control over the people. They dole out little treats. But then what they're looking to have is setting themselves up where there'll be a complete inability for rebellion. So that no matter what, these guys remain underfoot, man. Because that's definitely that's the thing, is control is the big aspect, man. It's funny as hell, because it's like, yeah, you found the crux of the issue. It's like, okay, yeah, what's gonna stop these guys with the big guns from Japan? Fuck it, I'll take over. Send your wife to my chambers, and you just put a big fucking M4 in your face. But then these men want to have that total control, man, and that's really where the the crux of it is. Read this, Habakkuk 2:4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not bright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. And this is, the crux of why this civilization's going down. Esau's soul's not bright, man. He's got the rule, but then he's unjust. He's not a just man able to bear, to maintain an orderly civilization, man. That ain't happening to Bumba. Even his own are getting washed, man. Even his own are like, yo, this shit's done, man. It's toast. It's cooked. You got Brits so-called rebelling, but then, they're putting their faith in just another, I'm thinking Nigel Farage, this guy, some Wally, is gonna save him. But then again, it's like, bro, all these elites, they're for their own. The average working class geezer is never gonna be the priority. Who gives a fuck about you? This place is hell, bro. The elite don't even get like what? But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Yeah, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. The reason this place is unsustainable is how it was established, how it was maintained. Through unrighteousness, through wickedness, man. Through confusion, through disorder. And then, it's all this is just compiled on top of itself. And then again, it's the Most High established it and has had it run. And then when it comes to it then, meeting its end, being like, okay, now it's about time, for Yahushua's kingdom to get established. Time for these prophecies and this place to get, mash up. Well, shit. Sucks to be you, bro. Proverbs 16:4. The Lord Yahweh made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. And that's why. The wicked was made for the day of evil. And a key aspect to that is Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given him to him that sat thereon, to take peace on the earth, and that they should kill one another, and it was given unto him a great sword. Yeah. That red horse, man, Esau, taking peace on the earth. That's his job. That's his role, man. That sword, man, that blessing that, he got his salt belly with tears. This guy's trying to establish himself. He's trying to maintain it so he doesn't lose it. But then, his role, his purpose is that sustainability. Because this is the crux of it, man. Malachi 1:3, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Most High Power, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Yeah? They shall build, but I will throw down. That's the reason why this place is in that throwing down, man. It's been that throwing down for a hot minute. That's why it's why is unemployment so high. Why is your ass paying, just hilarious premiums in the States for for health costs? Why is it that the infrastructure of the entire country's being ground down, man? Why is it that it's been non-stop back-to-back war, man? And the people against whom the Lord Yahweh have indignation forever. It's just because and build the desolate places. Yeah, it cooks, man. 2 Esdras 6:8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's really the wrap up there, man. Esau's the end of the world, man. Like, this whole system of the rulership of the heathen, that's all gonna come to an end, man. This whole, confusion, wickedness abounding, that's all gonna come to an end. Destruction of the earth, grinding down the people, the land, the animals, the oceans, even the heavens, man. And said the space junk is in all these failed like satellite launches and whatnot, and different rockets they're trying to get into space. Is just piling up space junk to where it'll reach a point that you won't even be able to get into space eventually. People be limited. They're like, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? This guy is insane. He needs to be stopped. Baruch Fayah Bashim Yashai. He is. But yeah, shalom.